Imagine a woman sitting on a bench in the park. She's not on her phone, not waiting for anyone, not searching for a gaze in the crowd. Her eyes don't chase anything because there's nothing left to find. She simply is, calm, still, unassuming. In a world racing endlessly for power, money, attention, and validation, she stands quietly outside the circle. She doesn't want to be seen or admired or proven, and that very lack of need draws every gaze toward her. Because what most people fear losing, she already let go of. Peace. With a serene look around, she whispers, "I want nothing from anyone." And in that moment, the world feels threatened, not because she's powerful, but because she's beyond power. Her difference isn't in knowing more, it's in being free. She's unchained from what others can't even see holding them. While people chase approval, distraction, and comfort, she's found the rarest treasure: inner stillness. In a society built on hunger and lack, a person with no need becomes a mirror reflecting the world's own dependence back to it. But here's the question: why does a whole system built on scarcity fear a complete human being? The modern world doesn't just encourage you to want, it demands that you want. Consumer society survives not on satisfaction, but on craving. If people ever felt enough, the machinery of the world would stop. So it keeps whispering in your ear, "You're not there yet. Be prettier, be richer, be more. Then you'll be whole." That's not progress. It's psychological engineering. Jung once said, "People will do anything to avoid facing their own soul. Because if you ever look within, you'll see that much of what you call me isn't really yours." Borrowed beliefs, implanted dreams, fears that others have planted in your mind. Society doesn't want you to meet yourself. It wants you to stay in motion, chasing, competing, buying. Because the moment you see within, the outer illusion collapses. When you need nothing, no promise can seduce you, no threat can paralyze you. And that's when you become truly free, a rebellion more radical than any revolution. So every time you feel that sudden hunger to have more, ask yourself, is this desire truly mine, or is it something I've been taught to want? The one who questions their desire is already halfway free. The one who no longer needs has arrived. Jung called this journey individuation, a return to the real, original self, not the self built by the world. This path isn't about adding more, it's about shedding, peeling away everything that isn't truly you. But along the way, two inner guardians will appear: the mask and the shadow. The mask, your social face, the version of you crafted to be accepted, the behaviors rehearsed to be loved. A delicate costume mistaken for skin, and many live their whole lives wearing it. To find yourself, you must take off the mask and face your shadow, your anger, fear, lust, wounds, and hidden desires. Most people turn away, but the free human looks straight at it. They don't conquer their shadow, they know it. And in knowing, they become whole. Once that happens, they no longer fear rejection, no longer crave approval. They're simply tired of pretending. They've met their true self, and that authenticity is dangerous. Because someone who no longer waits for society's approval cannot be controlled. In a world born of imitation, the authentic human is a mirror that reflects truth, bare and clear. Machiavelli once wrote, "Men are held by two chains, fear and hope. Make them afraid so they obey. Give them hope so they keep moving, but never let them reach it, just keep them chasing." Now imagine someone who neither fears nor hopes for validation. That person is a nightmare for any system built on control. You can't buy them with praise or silence them with threats. They don't want to overthrow the world, they simply step out of the game. And that alone shakes the ground beneath it. Because by needing nothing, they stop the wheel from turning. And when enough people awaken to this freedom, The game, the world, began, ends. But what happens inside such a person? Are they cold, emotionless? No, they're not lifeless, just unattached. They still feel deeply, but they own their feelings instead of serving them. They don't run from solitude because they've made peace with their silence. While others seek noise for comfort, they rest in stillness. That's the first sign of true strength. The second is freedom from consensus. They no longer ask, "What do others think?" to know if they're right. Their roots are within, not in the crowd. And the third, incorruptibility. Not because they lack temptation, but because they no longer act from lack. You can't buy them, not with money, not with fame, not with flattery, because wholeness doesn't negotiate. In a world obsessed with control, a person who cannot be controlled is the ultimate threat. You can't scare them, you can't manipulate them, they belong to themselves. Jung said, transformation is no short path. You must walk through your inner world, inch by inch. First, you remove the mask, then you face your shadow, and finally, you reconcile the two halves of your being, the woman within the man within the woman. Sensitivity and reason, intuition and strength united. And in that union, a human becomes complete. From then on, you no longer react, you respond. You no longer get shaped by the world, you shape yourself. Once you see yourself fully, no judgment can shake you because you know who you are, and the outer world loses its grip. The one who accepts themselves no longer hungers for acceptance from others. They act not from emptiness, but from abundance. And that's a power greater than any weapon. A person who walks through the world without permission, without needing to prove, is a quiet revolution. Their self-sufficiency is a silent manifesto against every system of fear and desire. Yes, the path can be lonely. You may be misunderstood, rejected. But what you gain outweighs it all. Freedom of the soul. Freedom from the tyranny of praise and fear. They love because they want to, not to be loved back. They speak truth, not to impress, but to express. They stay not because they must, but because they know their place is within, not in others' eyes. Such a person is an error in the system, a glitch in the equation of control. And maybe that's why they are the hidden hope of the future. Because in a world built on fear and desire, the one who needs nothing is both the freest and the most dangerous human alive.